Good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast Club. This is Joe Shoup with Shirley Pitts. Hi, Shirley.
Hi, Joe.
How are you today?
Pretty good. It's a little chilly out today.
I was going to say to you, yes, are you chilly down there? Because it's a little chilly here. Of course, it's only down the street, but it's chilly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
probably
it really is.
59 or so.
Isn't that funny? Because back east, they're probably complaining about in the 30s.
Yeah, or lower, and snow.
Yeah. Well, I'm thankful that I'm here. That's for sure for the next 8 or 9 months. That's pretty cool. All right. Well, we're gonna get started here. Of course, we are a little early for the Breakfast Club. It's only 6:30 here in Phoenix, Arizona, and which makes it 8:30 back east. And but we're going to kind of continue our conversation we had last week and the last couple of weeks, really. But I want to remind everybody, next Tuesday we'll be live at 12 noon Eastern, 10 Mountain, 11 Central, and 9 o'clock Pacific time. Once again, 12 Eastern, and that is going to be with a business owner who we work with a tremendous resume and owns a company that we work with. And we're excited to bring Jeff on to the call live. And he wants to be live next week, Shirley, because he wants to answer questions. Should people have any, he would like to do a Q&A. So we're setting it up for that. And so you'll be ready for that as well, right?
Yes, I will. I'm ready for something that works.
All right. So I'm excited about that with Jeff. And we're going to be talking about his company, how it started, and that brings us to that topic. Is it working out, or how did it work out for you? Let's just take a look back. So, if you're sitting there, you're listening to this, I mean, this is kind of a serious question. How did it work out for you? How has it worked out all these years that you've been trying to create a residual income through this industry called the home business arena, network marketing? How did it work out? What's going on? I know what the answer really is, Shirley. I know that for most people, they have struggled, and because we know that statistic, we keep telling that statistic, 98% of the people make little or no money. And I believe that, until they really understand business, that they really have a business and have to treat it like a business, they're not going to make it. That's all there is to it. They're just not going to make it.
Yeah, that's true.
And in order to have a business, you have to treat it like one, and you have to communicate your business. And so I know Jeff's going to be talking about that, because one of the things he talks about on his website is the same thing. The reason for failure is people just don't treat it like a business.
Mm-hmm. But sometimes you get tired. It's almost like talking to the wall.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm excited about that next week. So we talk about how has it worked out? I mean, sit back and think about how long ago you decided you were going to work with a company. Maybe you've jumped companies a few times since then.
Mm-hmm.
And what have you done? I mean, I'm just kind of talking to everybody listening here. When you listen to this recording, write down, take a look, think back. When you started this business, what was your intention? What was your game plan? How much money did you think you were going to make in what period of time? And how did it work out? Or are you still looking and saying, yep, but I'm going to get it this time? Look, there's a lot of business owners out there and businesses that just don't work. I mean, I guess there's people making money in all of them. But most of the time, the people that are trying to make the money just aren't doing the things that it takes. But there's also a problem with companies. We have business owners out there right now changing plans every other week, comp plans that don't really work. We have business owners that the people don't even get paid. I mean, I don't know how they go on and on and on without being paid. And I mean, that happens in many companies. And then you find out the companies go belly up. I mean, it's happened over and over again throughout this industry. So when you ask yourself, how did it work out? I mean, is your answer, well, it didn't work out. It's probably time, Shirley, that people started thinking about why. Why didn't it work out? And saying, I need a solution to it. So let me tell you about a solution. Company we're going to be talking about next week has a solution to, and a lot of people say that, yeah, we got the company, we have the products and services, but Jeff figured out, because first of all, he is a $1 million income earner in this industry. Many, many years ago, he made millions of dollars. And he knew what it was going to take for others to make that money. And one of the things, again, was to honestly understand that you had to treat this like a business. And that meant planning, organizing, and daily activity. And a lot of people, those three elements, they don't incorporate that into their business plan, so to speak. They just don't treat it like a business that they have to go to every day and do the things that they need. And the difference in our industry is that we're not knocking on doors and putting up signs trying to sell the product to get a commission. What Jeff created was a distribution network. Now, to find out what that is, people, you need to attend next week and listen to what we're talking from 2007. This company has been around for 10 years. They created a distribution network, not a product oriented, although obviously there's products, and he contracted with a lot of companies and created this network of companies and network of people whose goal is to work together cooperatively to help one another build an income. Now, that's all I'm going to say about it. What things coming from that company that are going to actually make a big, big difference in people's income. Now, again, we hear that from many companies, but I'm telling you, 3 years of this, watching what Jeff has accomplished over the last 10 years, no one has ever put together a company like this, number one. And the comp plan is very simple. There's no complications involved with it. It's very plain and simple. And everybody does work towards helping everybody else. And that's really what this industry takes, is people helping people. And so when people understand this and listen to Jeff talk about his successes, what got him to where he is today. He owns 4 different companies, Shirley. I don't know if you knew that, but he owns 4 companies.
Really?
Yep. He owns 4 companies. Yep. And he's successful in all 4.
Oh, that's good.
And those companies, and that's in addition to the other 15, 20 companies that are available to people. And he'll talk about that next week. But I'll just say this. How would you like to have access to 15 different companies earning an income and you didn't have to join those companies? No one's ever done that before. I mean, I know people have tried stuff like that.
Yeah, that's what I like.
I mean, it was really interesting when I first saw this company almost a year ago. Actually, I saw it a few years ago and didn't really pay attention. And until Mark introduced me, I was, I just was not paying attention. And when Mark said, you need to pay attention and look at this, and I saw this, investigated, and said, oh my gosh, and then I met Jeff and went over the plans and said, oh my gosh, look where this company is going. Look where they're heading with this. And one of the surprises next week, he's going to announce a company, an industry that he is entering into that's going to make a difference, that people have tried to and are successful with this industry. But he's going to talk to us about that next week. But let me just go back, Shirley, because I'm going to end this right here. It's the bottom line is this. I said this last week, the week before, and I've been saying it forever. You have to have a database, number one. You have to have a tool to manage that database, and you must be able to communicate your message effectively to find people who might be interested in what you are doing. Not interest them, but find the ones that would be interested. And interested in what? And the answer to that is simple. Managing a business from home, and hopefully it will be the company that you have. A lot of people looking for extra income, but they don't want to do what everybody, what we do or whatever somebody else does, right?
Yeah.
It's not easy to find those people. But with the way Jeff set this up, it's much easier. And because it is a distribution network, things are different. Comp plan is not complicated at all. And with matching bonuses and discounts and so on, I mean, all we have to do is focus. Focus on finding the right people, which is probably true in all companies, but most people don't do that. But anyway, it's an exciting time to see this. But I'm going to finish this with this. I'm going to say what I said in the beginning. How is it working out for you? If you haven't seen $1,000 a month on a consistent basis, or you haven't received 5,000, 50, imagine what it would feel like for a moment, the magical feeling of looking at a check on a monthly basis for $30,000 or $40,000. It's pie in the sky, Shirley, to most people.
Oh yeah. That's
but I can tell you, I can tell you that the feeling is like a dream. It's like a dream, like you don't want to wake up from, and you're trying to shake yourself saying, I am dreaming, looking at a check like that. But it is attainable. But let's just get realistic. 5,000 a month, 1,000 a month would change people's life. It would be their house payment in some cases, car and house for some people. Yeah. And it would change their lives. But imagine what it would feel like. But the problem is 97 out of 100 people have not experienced that on a regular basis that are in this industry. And it can change. And what it takes is this system whereby the activity really never stops. And it takes those three elements to do it. And it takes an owner of a company who is a businessman, who knows what he's doing. He's had success in the industry himself, inside and out of the industry. And a guy that's willing to listen. He's willing to ask questions to the field and make adjustments based on what makes sense and what is better for everyone involved. And I'm telling you, that's true, Shirley. I know. I've watched it. I've worked with him. And he does things that other owners just haven't done in the past. And to be able to have the connection with him is, it's a true blessing for us. So I'm just going to leave it with this. If you haven't felt and had that experience of 1,000 a month, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 a month, maybe it's time to start thinking about what it is that you did that kept you back from that. And then say, well, what do I need to change? And I gave you the three elements: database, contact manager to organize and to keep track of the database and the activity, and then communicate your message effectively. Mm-hmm. So look, next week at 12 noon Eastern, one of the most successful business owners is going to be with us, and we should spread the word to get people to listen. Regardless of what company you are in, you can actually use the tool that he offers to help your company grow. That's what it's about. It's about a tool, because we all know that the money has always been in tools, helping people try to be successful. And this is a tool. One of the businesses he has is that tool. That's aside from the 4 companies he has. He has tools and other companies within his company. So technically, even though he has 4 companies, he's got a lot of companies that he deals with, another 15 or 20.
That's what I like also.
Yeah. Yeah, it really gives you options, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So all you have to do is come listen to what Jeff has to say. Mark your calendars, 12 noon Eastern next Tuesday, and you can ask the questions. You can listen to what it's like to be a successful business owner and see what it's like to work with Jeff. Regardless of the company you represent now, what Jeff has can help you and your company. So with that, Shirley, thanks for being here today.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, it's fun. I missed you the last couple of weeks, so I'm glad you're here, and I'm excited about being here again, and I'm really excited about next week. And the following week, we have a successful network person coming on that actually works with Jeff as well, and he's going to be here to discuss, and Shirley, Tony, I think in the last couple of days has personally, he just came with the company recently, and in a couple of days, just automatically, just him alone has put probably over 10 or 15 people in the company.
Oh, excellent.
And he's growing like crazy, yeah. So I'm excited for that as well, and working with him. He's a real professional. So I'm excited about that too. So that's 2 weeks from now.
Okay.
So anyway, thanks for being here again, Shirley, and thanks everybody for listening. And don't forget about next Tuesday, 12 noon with Jeff, and you'll be able to see exactly what it's like to be successful in this industry and what it's going to take. So hope you're having a great day. Happy Tuesday, everybody, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week again at the Breakfast Club. Have a great night, everybody.
Good night, Joe.
Good night.